You are listening to the Educated Podcast.
Went a bit off piece then.
Went off piece then, mate.
Aaron's just had his little mind blown, that's why.
Aaron's shocked.
Who just casually swallows chewing gum? That's fucking bad for you.
It's not bad for you. It's not. Can we Google it and find out if I'm right? I'm pretty sure it's nonsense.
I'm pretty sure swallowing shit that isn't digestible and sticks.
Mate, you've got acid in your stomach.
You've swallowed it.
Have you watched Alien vs Predator or any of the Alien films for that matter?
Yeah, acid doesn't digest rubber.
It's not rubber.
It is rubber. That's why it doesn't dissolve in your mouth. It's made out of rubber.
I mean, I don't really want to click on the Sun article, but is there any others? What happens if you saw chewing gum by mistake? Daily Mail. I mean, why is this all? Why can't we get a scientific sounding?
Yeah, Science ABC.
Science, yeah, it's legit. I've heard of it. I think
it will cause harm to your body.
It's unlikely that it will. Yeah.
Pushing actions of the gut.
So basically, you just shit it back out.
Particular things in a particular way. I think the chewing gum. What? Yeah. A terrifying myth. Fuck you. It doesn't sound great.
In urban areas, why are they just so all the posh kids are just like, oh yes, I swallow.
Posh kids don't have gum.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess. What do they chew them?
Whale
Whale
blubber.
blubber.
Wait,
from endangered whales.
It can cause a great deal of harm to your body. Scroll up. What harm does it do? The last thing there. It is true that the stomach cannot digest those gum resins. Oh no, where is it? There you go. Although it's true that your digestive system cannot digest a piece of gum as it would digest other types of food, it's unlikely that swallowed... Oh right, I didn't read that bit. Unlikely that
you just read cause a great deal of harm to your body without the unlikely bit.
That's why I always get dragged. That's why I always get dragged in by clickbait.
I love, by the way, that Ches is that into Bitcoin that every advert now on his Google is Bitcoin.
Mate, you have to be involved if you're even
so many cookies.
If you're even dipping a toe in this world, yeah. And this is my Windows computer, so it's just like
I was gonna short Bitcoin today.
You know, it's an asshole of a computer, just full of shite.
Is it dropping down again?
No, it's shorting it. It's riding high, so you can put a bit of money in.
Bet on it failing
at a lower price, basically. Yeah,
Have you watched The Big Short?
No.
What a fucking great film. Steve Carell's in it.
I've heard I don't like Steve
What is
Carell,
it?
Steve Carell, it's another one of him where he's a serious actor, not a comedic actor.
I don't like it.
It's fucking... Honestly, it's brilliant. Did you not like him in Foxcatcher?
I've not seen Foxcatcher.
Oh, fucking hell, has. You're missing some of his finer work. But he hasn't seen Foxcatcher either.
Yeah, I've seen Foxcatcher.
It's about wrestling.
It's about wrestling.
Of course you've seen it. A wrestler with a big nose.
Yeah, no, The Big Short...
What, me?
Eh?
What, me?
No, the guy in there. It's basically his fantasies about me. I'm a wrestler with a big nose.
The Big Short's brilliant.
You're a wrestler. That is the richest thing I've ever heard.
I partake. I dabble.
You're pretending to do an MMA fight. You can't
pretending? It's happening.
You get out of breath when you walk to the front door from your car.
But speaking of which, I have to kind of promote it a little bit, don't I?
Come and see me wheeze around like Jeff Monson.
How dare you?
Jeff Monson in his formative years.
How dare you?
Throwing around.
Tyrone.
By the way, Jeff Monson was a great reference point there.
Mate, how much of a beast?
Juiced up in the middle of the cage like...
I just imagine you like Phil Baroni. The best first round in MMA, and then after that, anyone can beat him. Literally, Phil Baroni used to go hell for leather for a round full of steroids, and then... you could just push him over in the second round.
Accusations like that for?
Well, I'm just saying that's what Phil Baroni did.
We've had our own sniff test.
No, I'm the Mike Bisbin of the Educated Idiots podcast. I'm very underrated.
Steroids.
You're very underrated.
I don't know what you mean.
Fuck's sake, Aaron. This could go. This could go.
So I'm not even checking the angle on the camera. I just know that with that light there, it looks fine.
That just looked like the mic was part of your t-shirt.
Oh, the mic's blocking it, bastard.
So, I was hurricane surfing or whatever you did.
Oh, it's been that long.
Yeah, I know. I've been just busy.
He doesn't want to be on here anymore.
How dare you?
It's not anything to do with it, does it?
We've had to keep it strong.
It's my life. It's my life. No, there was absolutely zero hurricanes, nothing to worry about. It ended up being just a normal day in Britain where I was staying.
Oh, that was your hurricane?
Overcast, bit of rain. And it happened before I got there. There was no bad weather while I was there.
A bit miserable.
It wasn't even... It was glorious. No evidence that anything had been... I think it passed further south. I think it hit Tampa a little bit. Hit between Miami and Tampa was where it kind of crossed over. But by the time it got off the coast, it was just bad weather. Because the land slows it down. It's the water.
It's the warm water, in it.
Yeah, the water that picks it up, and then once it hits land, it dials down by the time it gets across to the other side.
Right, okay.
So
you were safe and sound.
Safe as houses, mate.
Right, okay, well.
I'm still here.
No storm chasing going on then?
Nope. There was... But I was in my element, mate.
Did you go to Miami?
No. Just Orlando. Just the chilled one in Orlando. No stupid drives. But I've been... That's the 4th time I've been to Orlando. And it's the first time I've been there while Star Wars World has been open.
I've seen these photos. These questionable.
Now,
it looked like it changed your life.
It did. Right. I didn't get enough photos because when I got there, the parade was on. And Darth Vader walked past me. Then Darth Maul walked past me. Then Kylo Ren walked past me. And stormtroopers from every angle.
Did anyone have a fight?
When I first got in, I got a lump in my throat. I was like, oh my God, this looks so legit. And then they had a thing on the stage, and I was watching it. Misty left me to watch it on my own. She was like, I'm going to let you enjoy this.
What?
And I just stood there on my own, staring at it, surrounded by 8-year-olds.
None of them much shorter than him.
About the same height,
I'm stood there in my cap.
You had a cap with a spinning little...
No, I had a cap that I purchased immediately that says Star Wars on it, The Last Jedi for the new film. I was going to wear it to the podcast, but it was last minute, wasn't it? I was ready for the next podcast with my cap on for the entire thing, just looking constantly at the camera.
Just like to confirm, by last minute, Aaron means he read it last minute. We planned this 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago.
I was at work.
It just doesn't look at... He texts us, say what time, then proceeds to ignore all replies.
No, I didn't ignore all replies because I seen 7 and then I got in the car and drove, and then there was
turned up half an hour early or something like that.
I turned up 45 minutes early. When I arrive early at Josh's house, I sit in the car and carry on watching the video that I've been watching, and this time he was peering out of his window like a ghost. So he's seen me and come out and he caught me watching one of Pete Bell's YouTube videos.
I know, now you're drinking...
And now I'm drinking White Monster and I brought you a treat.
He's promoting White Monster.
Well, we're on Extreme Bean Coffee.
It's delicious.
It's just caffeine everywhere. I think we've got issues.
It is. Well, I'm glad there's this much caffeine because I woke up at 6 this morning and I've got a night shift to contend with yet.
Fuck.
So all this caffeine's helping me.
Yeah, we look like recovering cocaine addicts.
I was in like late last night.
Double Alcoholics Anonymous here.
Oh. It's tasty. It is. If you still haven't cracked it open yet, he doesn't believe the hype.
No, I didn't say I didn't. I said I just...
He still thinks it gives you cancer. We've had an expert.
Just weirded out. An expert. Just weirded out about energy drinks. I don't know. I can't get...
I don't like it.
I think if I try them, I'll start to enjoy them.
Probably too much.
That's the only one I can drink. I said that to you
before. You know it, you'll be on
the
full fat ones. That's it.
They're heavy bacon, then, man.
Heavy bacon.
They are heavy.
The full ones are like... It's not even the caffeine levels. It's the...
Yeah, the sugar.
Your spit turns to syrup. You're like,
your teeth feel like frosted.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine, like
automatically furry.
Like you've got a mouthful of Frosties.
Your stomach must just be there. Like, what is this piss that he's fucking pouring into us?
You ever been spiked with Monster when you ask for a double vodka Red Bull in a club?
No.
And you're like,
I only drank double vodka Red Bulls when I was like, like you're a kid and you're like,
yeah, because you needed to be buzzing and pissed.
You see news articles that were like they're like as bad as cocaine or the same effects as cocaine.
Yeah, because you've got the upper and the down together and it's bad for you or some shit.
I'm sure like a line of pure cocaine is not like a double vodka
but people
Red
aren't
Bull.
doing lines of pure cocaine, are they? Most of the time, they're doing it cut with washing powder.
Yeah,
so whatever.
That's the finest Colombian marching powder in that can right there. It's pure flake, baby.
Colombian dazzling
pure
dust.
Flake.
If you finish now, you can't get behind it, can you? After last week,
I will get into it. I just need to be in the right frame of mind. And at the moment, I'm not in the frame of mind for reading fucking books while watching telly.
No, I've never watched it.
You have to read a book every episode.
Don't be like that. I hate people like that.
What do you mean?
It's like people who read.
No, he's on about
because read the book first.
No, because they all.
I hate that, but no, you have to read.
Because they all taught Spanish, so it's just constant.
You have to read a lot of subtitles, mate. You might as well read a short novel for an hour.
I've listened to Despacito quite a few times.
You feel like you got it unlocked.
I think I'll be fine.
I feel like I want to learn Spanish. I heard, by the way, that the lyrics to Despacito translated are dead offensive, and they weren't blanked out at all on the radio.
Were they like? What, sexist or?
Well, have you seen the video?
No, just sexual.
Oh, right, really?
Yeah, and like apparently people who speak Spanish were complaining that the kids that speak Spanish are hearing this on the radio, and in Espanol or other Spanish-speaking countries, it'd have been beeped out. What they're saying.
It's Puerto Rico, isn't it? Technically, the States. This is how we do it down in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Well done.
I bust out into song.
Can you talk about... Yeah, let's have you talk through it. Is there a video for it?
Seen the video. Obviously,
Yeah,
I've been in America.
video.
I've been in Florida, which is widely populated by Cubans. So it's a very, very popular.
Do you want to read through them, Aaron, in a provocative manner? Looking at you for a long time. I must dance with you today.
That's not that bad. Daddy Yankee, I saw.
I don't know. Apparently, there's some bad stuff. I imagine the worst stuff will be from Daddy Yankee because he's a proper rapper.
Yeah, where's his fat bars?
Closer and make up.
I know. I already knew that bit. That slowly bit. Slowly. I
want to undress you in kisses slowly.
That's not that bad.
Firmly in the walls of your labyrinth.
What film?
But that's not what that means.
Oh, yeah. Walls.
Of your labyrinth. That's a bit weird.
I want to see your hair dance. I want to be your rhythm. Ooh.
All right, okay.
I want to show you my mouth.
Let me trespass your danger zones.
Let me trespass your danger zones. Until I make you scream.
That sounds like, you've been on holiday with the boys and some like older homosexual guys took you away on a pedalo and
asked you if you could trespass your danger zones and you pushed him in the sea.
Aaron's talking about some experience he's had.
Come try my mouth and see if... Come and try my mouth and see if you like its taste. I want to see how much love fits.
So it's not...
Whoa! I didn't realise what that said before I said it.
See how much love fits in you.
And I've got some love, baby. I have a thick, girthy love.
This labyrinth thing, though, have you seen... I was watching... I didn't know about ducks. Did you know about ducks and their vaginas?
Oh, yeah.
The slingshot rape.
No, yeah, their vagina's been like a labyrinth. I didn't know about that.
They have a maze.
Yeah.
A vagina maze.
That's why
and then the ducks
swinging.
And then the ducks have got like
have I just not been exposed
dicks.
to this? Or?
I heard it on a podcast.
You don't watch enough duck porn.
So I feel like we should translate this back on a podcast so more people can hear about it.
They're all mandingoed up ducks.
Mandingoed up? What do you mean?
They're like every other animal's like a horse is like, mate, no one's beating me, and then a duck just fucking waddles up to the horse and goes agidoo.
It like uncorks as well.
Yeah, ducks.
It uncorks. I have to.
Ducks
like
female.
I have to ravel it up, mate.
Ducks female vaginas corkscrew one way, opposite way to the way a duck's cock corkscrews.
And it snakes its way in there.
Yeah, and
it's
it
a creepy
has to
little thing.
sort of because I was watching.
It's
some
almost
YouTube
creepy.
videos
It's almost like Alien. When they fucking...
When his tongue comes out.
Yeah.
Fucking diving right in
I don't
there.
want to watch a video of it, Chaz. This isn't fucking...
Duck vagina labyrinth. Female ducks fight back against raping males.
Oh, Christ, feminists will be fucking talking about this.
There it is. Look at the size of that fucker.
Yeah. There's
I don't
better
need to see no
YouTube.
duck dicks anymore, mate. That's enough for me.
Why? What's up?
I was
You're
looking
scared?
up. I just
Scared it's
find
going to affect your sexuality?
Video.
No, I just don't need to see. I just didn't come here tonight to watch a duck fuck another duck.
I can't believe it's
Fuck a
so...
duck.
It's like, so hairy in the duck world. Like, the sexual experiences that they have to have, like, these
Anti-rape devices built in.
Birds are just dead frigid.
And they were saying, like, ducks' penises, men, like, they've got, like, spines on them to try and, like, drag out other competitors' sperm.
Yeah.
And then women's vaginas have, like, dead ends. So, like, he can, like, burrow all the way in.
He's
and
been
then
lost. He's gone down the wrong way.
And then you have to come back and go a different way.
Yeah. It's all very complicated.
Imagine having that much control over your dick.
It's like it's got an extra eye.
Like, you can
It's like
send
the female's got to let him impregnate her.
Right, so it's not that he's got to do all that and find it.
But
no,
most
it's
of
not
the
like
time,
a
ducks
complex
just, like,
game.
Ducks just rape other ducks. Like,
it's a lot of duck
I
rape.
feel like you're taking this issue very
It's
seriously.
crazy.
Duck rape.
I just didn't realise
Like,
it.
guys,
I was
we've got
just
to be
sitting...
sensitive. There's female ducks out there that have probably been through this, listening. They're getting triggered by this whole conversation.
Yeah.
It's just the animal kingdom. It's a bit fucking... It's a bit brutal, isn't it?
Circle of life,
The whole
baby.
thing is...
And then everyone gets
Scary.
upset about... Is it Fargua, whatever it's called?
What?
No.
Force feed ducks.
Yeah, is it... What's it called?
Fargua.
Oh, is this the
Foie gras.
when you eat the goose liver that's been
duck's liver, the overfeeder.
Fat liver.
I seen a picture though, a video, someone who defended it with the feeding tube.
What, duck rape? Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, defended duck rape. The feeding tube.
Just horny little bastards. Let them at it.
No,
girls need to just open.
I was
up
watching a
little
YouTube video of some woman that was doing research, and she designed like corkscrew vaginas that were transparent, and then watching ducks' penises. Like, I was thinking, this woman's got way too.
I didn't
much
watch that. I watched
around ducks.
I watched a feeding thing though, and they were they put the tube down. The ducks were running over and fighting each other to get round it.
Like, feed me.
Yeah. So they were saying, how could it be cruel if they're fighting to get on the end of the feeding tube?
Savagery.
So I don't know. It might be just because they might have like that thing like Labradors have where they're
That's
never
like
full.
when they say it's cruelty to chickens, though. Like everyone would love to have the life where they just sit down and eat all day.
I don't know if I'd like to
complain
be a
about
chicken,
battery
though.
hens.
No,
No,
fuck
they
off.
Sat there.
No, that's ridiculous.
The thing is, right? The thing
you
is,
can't truly believe
I never
that.
get full, so I'd be like,
You can't believe
the problem isn't with that. It's the problem is they peck each other's like they faces off and all sorts of shit, and they just leave them
They're
in
living
there.
in a fucking pen.
Like they
Life.
can't.
And then we engineer chickens so that their breasts grow so big that like they break their own legs under their own weight because we just like selectively pick the ones with the biggest chicken breasts.
wow.
By the way, have you seen the giant chickens? There's like a breed of chickens, a rare one called like an American Red or something.
Do you mean turkeys?
No. Just put in breed giant chickens. Chicken. There you go. It's up already. It's a real thing. And just watch a video of it. The giant chicken Brahma. Watch this thing. This is real, by the way. It scared the fuck out of me.
Scared you, really?
Just wait till you see this thing, mate. It's like a little fucking dinosaur comes out.
Oh, I have seen this. Dun, 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 dun.
Look at it. That's a real chicken.
That's an ostrich, that, mate. That's not a chicken.
That's fucking weird as fuck, innit?
Yeah, it's canny big.
Gigantic.
It's a canny big chicken.
There's a picture of one next to a normal chicken, and it like barely comes up to its leg.
This guy, that's bullshit.
Yeah, but they are real. I thought it was nonsense, but I did some research after seeing it.
There was a chicken that had reins on it then.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Definitely horse shit, mate. Look,
They're just very fluffy.
He's got great posture.
very fluffy chest. It's about a 4 foot tall. It's as big as ours. Fuck you. With better chest.
Hey.
They're big fucking. Look at the claws on it. You don't want that trying to kick at you, would you?
I don't think. Why is it so much bigger than all the others?
Because they're females and that's a cock.
You're a cock.
That's the alpha, mate.
That's the
Yeah, they're not
alpha
small
chicken.
though. Anyway, I found them weird. Can't believe we've gone down this rabbit hole or
Chicken
down
hole.
this chicken coop. But
They're canny big.
I seen them and I was proper fucking confused by it.
There are some weird things out there, though, aren't there? We're just watching
We're
chicken.
just happily watching.
We've spent way too long watching that video. Fascinated by giant chickens. It looks like is that the kind of chicken that always has a fight with Peter Griffin?
Could well be the chicken,
Could be the one. It's based on that chicken.
the giant Brahma chicken.
I want to see him have a fight with a fat guy with glasses and a white shirt
Would be funny.
to the death.
Feel like the chickens have brought the mood down slightly though. I wish I hadn't shown you really. We were talking about, but anyway, back to the battery hens, mate. The thing is, it's hard to give a shit about birds, isn't it? I like little dinosaurs.
And the dead stupid.
It's like birds and fish. I'm not that fussed about.
Even vegans and shit don't really care about
Well,
fish.
pescatarians don't care about fish.
I've thought about being a pescatarian more than a few times, you know.
Why?
Because
Steak.
because I found out that pigs are as clever as fucking dogs,
Should be a porkatarian.
right? So that put me off a little bit because if they're as clever as dogs, I wouldn't want to eat a dog. So
Yeah,
that
but you're still into like bacon.
I
and
do like
shit.
bacon, but that freaked me out a little bit. And then I had
Pigs would also eat you if you fell asleep.
I went hiking the other week, and there's a field with like bulls in, but they were like before they're big and full of testosterone, start goring everything.
Yeah.
So they were like probably, I don't know, the equivalent of a teenager, I suppose. I don't know how it works in cows, but they were like half-size bulls. And they come running over, and I thought, oh, fucking hell, I'm surrounded by fucking bulls here. They just wanted to play. And they were like licking me. And they were running around playing with each other and shit like big dogs.
If I'd have seen that, to be fair, I'd never eat
Mate, honestly, it freaked me out. There was a bull licking my hand. Rocky was stood behind my legs, like out the way of him, and they were sniffing him, but they weren't doing anything to him. And they was licking my hand, and then it was like I was stroking one of their heads, and it was like nudging me like a dog does, and then they were running around with each other.
And they proper kick, don't they? Like.
Yeah, they jump about like,
stuff,
but like they were playing. You could tell they were playing. They weren't just being cunts to each other.
I'd never eat a steak. Yeah.
And it proper put me on a downer with beef and like, and then the fucking.
You're getting a beef with beef.
Yeah, got beef with beef. And then the pig thing, being as clever as a dog, freaked me out. And then I don't really eat any of them.
Chicken.
I eat chicken, but I don't give a fuck about birds. They're like little dinosaurs. And
that's the thing, though. If a chicken was the size of a cow,
if a chicken was the size of a cow, it wouldn't come up and want to play with me. They only leave you alone because you feed them and because you're bigger than them.
Yeah,
KFC would be cheaper.
Like eagles would eat your kid if it got chance. A big eagle would eat a baby if it got chance. There's no question about it. Whereas a big cow
so
isn't.
Would a pig.
Yeah, if it was starved for long.
Yeah, but then so would a tiger and stuff. But at least they've got thoughts. I don't think birds have got a reptilian brain. Birds, fish, and reptiles don't really. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to see somebody just fucking jabbing them with needles and fucking being horrible to them for no reason.
I think it's because it's not transparent, is it? Like, but the whole, like, mass meat industry just isn't transparent enough.
I know, but it has put me off a lot. I've been eating a lot more fish since I played with these cows, honestly. I even text Pete asking Pete if there was anything missing out of a diet if you just went pescatarian.
What'd he say?
He said you'd have to eat a little bit of red meat or supplement things, but other than that, no. I wouldn't mind eating wild shit like Joe Rogan does.
Yeah, I was going to say, was Josh, when you were playing with these bulls, was Josh waiting in the bushes with his bow and arrow?
But no, on a serious, it did freak me out to play with it. Because I've never looked at cows like that.
What,
ever.
like they were like...
Well, no, I just thought they were big, stupid things that barely thought about anything, just ate grass, and then like they had no family structure. They just mooched about eating grass.
No, they get put through some shit.
Right,
as well.
I know.
You see the way they get put on to producing milk and stuff, like
dairy farming,
getting that stuff shoved up there.
Yeah, to keep them pregnant and
horrible.
stuff.
It's like the duck thing all over.
But that's just is what it is. Like, I love milk, but it isn't.
I like milk.
Isn't the greatest thing in the world, but I
feel like it's better than getting killed though. Like dragged away from your family.
What, but being like
constantly
they
end up dying.
No, because they constantly kept producing milk. They naturally produce milk anyway, and then they drain that milk every day.
They die when they're like 5 years old, though. Dairy cows.
Well, I don't know. See, this is what I mean. I don't know these things.
We don't. It's not transparent enough.
But what I am saying is, those bulls changed my mind a little bit. Them bulls playing.
Are we're not all going to become vegetarian.
I'm not going vegetarian.
And then this podcast, so there'll be
I will remain
the educated gorillas or something.
But I feel like
the vegetarian gorillas.
I feel like. There, as much as people don't like to say it, there is a hierarchy of animals.
Yeah,
Certain ones are going onto my hierarchy slowly.
We did that podcast, didn't we?
Yeah,
where we drew the line.
Don't give a fuck about fish, though. And I love smoked salmon bagels. So
yeah, but I can't watch them videos of them people in China and Japan like cutting up them live fish and grilling them, and they're still like flopping about and shit.
They don't feel pain though.
They have no pain receptors.
How do you know?
Because they've done
tests.
They
look quite upset.
I swim a lot.
They haven't got fucking facial expressions. How do they look upset?
Because they're flopping about like.
They're always scared. They're always scared. You can't tell the difference.
Right, you watch a fish, you get bit by a shark. Like I seen like a tuna get bit by a shark on a video.
Yeah.
And the tuna got away. And the tuna just swims off with a chunk missing out of it, but it swims off normally, like nothing's happened to it.
But you don't know what's going through his
then you
mind.
watch a bull get bit by a lion and get away, and they limp off and they're licking the wound and all that shit. Whereas the fish don't feel anything; they're only there to eat and feed other things. I think the other animals have some sort of thought pattern, and it started to freak me out a little bit.
Yeah, it's
I don't want to
strange
be
that they've got
vegetarian
different-
though, because I like protein and I like, but. At the same time,
but I went. My sister's moved to uni, so I went and had a meal with her on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I went and got a fucking awesome bit of steak. Cost like 40 quid or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
I love that shit.
Chateaubriand.
But mate, I put some blue cheese sauce on there as well. And boys, you know what I mean? You cut into it and the blood's coming out of it. It's like
I love a
raw.
good piece of steak, mate. But at the same time, them cows did freak me out.
Yeah, but then you look at the other side of it, and you're so detached. Do you know what I mean? You sit down, you look at the menu. I'll have this.
I feel like I'm not now, though. Now I've seen these bloody cows.
Yeah, but give it like a couple of what is it, a couple of months, and I turn around Tuesday, do you want to come around for the UFC and I'll make them burgers again? You know, them.
Mate, they're good, and I get it. They are good, but
there you go. Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna sit there and you're not gonna click and go, put that 2 and 2 together.
I'm so hungry.
No, but fucking prawns and shit. Though I like prawns, and they've got no brains, have they?
Oh, I had a firecracker shrimp when I was in Florida.
Don't like octopus
my God.
either, because they're clever. I feel like they're fucking cleverer than fish, so I'm not into that.
I love that. Prawns, like, fuck a prawn.
Fuck prawns, fuck salmon, I don't give a shit. I watch bears pull salmon out the river, right? I couldn't give a flying. But if I watch a fucking lion, like, mutilate a lamb, I'm a bit like, poor lamb. But I don't give a fuck about it. I never think poor salmon. Do you know what I mean?
Me and my girlfriend, when we were travelling around Italy, we went wine tasting in Tuscany, and this guy was like, he was like, oh, you can go around the farm, just have a look about, because you can just pull into places, you know, and just go up to, if they've got like farm shops,
Yeah.
like, I want to taste some of your wines, and
they'll
they'll
just
be like, oh yeah, you
you
can have a look about the place and whatever.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, oh, what are them in there? Because we could hear like cows and whatever, and he was like, oh, yeah, they're just cows we keep in there, like that. Because we had to explain what it was to us, because I didn't really know. I knew of it, but I didn't know how it happened or whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, they're just, you know, they're kept in these pens and they're fed constantly. And but he made it out sound like it wasn't that bad of a thing. And then we went in to feed them, and I was like, Jesus, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's like
Do you know what I
prison.
mean? I was like, how? So did they go out? He was like, no, not really, not too much. And I was like, oh right, how old are they? They were like, oh, they're about 6 months old. And I was just like, God, this is just. Baking hot in Italy as well, like baking hot.
Yeah.
And then
Southern Italy's fucking.
then they try and sell you loads of fucking, what do you call it?
Steak.
Limoncello and shit. And
Yeah.
like,
Limoncello is nice though.
You know, one thing that I learned.
Grappa.
I learned a couple of weeks ago, which is pretty intense, and I never eat veal anyway. It just doesn't.
they look
It's
sad.
not
They
something I
look
like.
sad.
Do you know
Do
what?
you
The
know what
word
proper
puts me
veal-
off a
no,
little
do
bit.
you
It
know
just sounds creepy, don't
You
it?
get sad
Veal.
vibes.
Sounds
off
like
of-
vile.
Yeah.
But do you know what proper veal is?
It's baby.
It's unborn baby cow.
No, it's fattened up baby cows.
Apparently the most expensive veal and finest veal is
There's a
unborn.
fetus.
Not a fetus, but like where it being illegal to abort, like that old, like the.
It says it's the meat of calves.
But if there's an expensive kind of veal that's it's only in the finest restaurants and shit like that, where it's unborn.
And I watched another program as well where there was some guy who had buffalo on a Canadian ranch,
Yeah.
and he didn't eat them or anything. He just kept them as pets. He just liked them being there because he made his ranch look cool.
Yeah.
Essentially.
You could just look out and see like dust clouds and buffalo.
Oh,
Like,
it was in
running off.
Canada. It was them big furry fucking bison
Oh,
buffalo things,
that's
right?
sick, yeah.
And he had like this wooden ranch, like fucking old wooden thing. It was so cool. It was like, have you ever seen Treehouse Masters?
Yeah.
It was the guy off that went to help him, even though it was on the floor, went to help him with his roof because he was trying to build this new roof that he could walk on but it had to be for snowfall. So he needed someone who knew what was doing.
Yeah,
So he got him in anyway. It's just a special episode. There was these fucking cows, and he was like, he had names for them, and he was stroking them and that. And he went out on his quad bike, and he had the guy sat on the back, holding on but facing the wrong way,
feeding them or whatever.
just holding on. And he was screaming down this field, this big long flat field on his quad. And the bison are running alongside him because they think it's a game. Like they see him go, and because they like him, they think it's like, oh shit, we need to stampede. So they chase him. Like,
and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of like a stampede.
Yeah, and the but they won't hit him because they like him.
Yeah, yeah.
So they don't bump into each other either unless they fuck up. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just running, and he's speeding around, and he's got a GoPro on, and there's bulls everywhere running with him like bison. It looked cool as fuck.
That's a living on the edge.
That's cool though, isn't it?
That's one bad rabbit hole, and you're flat.
Yeah, lose the tire and
Yeah, I suppose, but
you're getting like when you were year 6 at school and everyone used to stampede and fall over.
Play bulldog.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, bulldog.
But it's
I wasn't athletically gifted at a very young age as well.
Ever.
I was getting bulldogged a lot.
I don't think I'm ever going to join Peter.
Well, right, yeah.
But I just might steer more towards fish. Eat
I
less
feel like
red meat.
if you could have, I know it sounds dead cliche and you fucking bums on whatever that Joe Rogan bullshit, but I feel like I don't know. I couldn't kill something. I don't think. I don't know.
I've killed
I'm
things.
quite detached. I don't know.
I could if it was my
I've
bare
shot
hands.
pigeons.
I'd choke out a cow.
So if you were like, if they were like, yeah, sir, you can have your steak. You just want to come back and pick
Shoot
the
it.
cow and
Shoot in the back of
and
the head.
no, you press the button and the piston goes.
Oh, the piston's fucking. That seems it's a bit dark. That piston, mate.
Why though? It's just you know what I mean. It's like
The whole
lights
thing's
out very
dark,
quick.
mate. They
Seen
drag
it on
them
the
into
new
little
It film.
pens and then shoot them in the back of the head with a big metal bolt. The whole
And
thing's dark.
they're obviously not. They're not happy about it. They're not like, la da da. Oh shit. Do you know what I mean?
That's why hunting's
It's only
better.
dark because it's on the new It film. Have you seen it yet?
No.
It's only very briefly. It's not.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not, it's not
yeah, I
a major
remember
part
it,
of it.
yeah,
But he
yeah.
has to stare at it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
People do
pistons
that.
it, yeah.
People do that square in the eyes. Oh my god.
And then they do that like every day of their life. They got like. Do you feel like they get detached
numb
from
to it,
death?
They
Yeah.
become
Yeah.
completely
Come to it.
detached to it.
It's a bit
obviously.
strange, isn't it? You
No,
see
I
them.
think
You
you
see them
become-
people that got caught in Cheshire at that abattoir, and they were just like. They had to kill horses, not for the meat, but they just had to get rid of them, like destroy them or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were just bullying them and like
Yeah,
making
my
themselves
missus
feel
was
bigger
an
and
activist that, like was partaking in the whole family in
like the combating of that.
protesting that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I still get letters to this day, and I signed up to it to help when I was 14. They find my address everywhere I go, everywhere. And
But it's just-
stopped ages ago.
It's grim, but it's grim to see though.
Yeah.
Them videos were what were going through them guys' heads? They just like wanted to bully animals
Some
that were
people
completely
just-
helpless.
Do you know what it
Psychopaths.
is? A lot of the time, I think it's because they've become so numb to killing things.
It seems like almost fun. You know, like you
It
talk
just-
about at work, and I'd kick my mate on his office chair down the office.
Yeah, well, no, it just becomes
Is
like
that
you know,
the same
like
thing. I don't
no,
know.
you know, like when you sit, if you sit on track
yeah.
and you're bored and you get like bits of ballast and you just throw it at something, like could you hit that sign?
I've never acted
I've never done
untoward
that.
on the railway,
No,
but you can talk
alright.
about yourself.
But you sat there on a fucking blockade.
Yeah, you fuck
and
about.
you're bored and
So
you're fucking about.
Is
You
that their
throw,
version of fucking about?
and then that's just then because they're so numb to the fact that they've got to put a bolt in an animal's head, then
Yeah.
they're just fucking about. And I don't think it's right or makes them nice people, because I think you have to be a special kind of weirdo to find fucking about of an animal fun.
I don't.
But
know.
at the same time, I think
But
that's
if it was
how
your
it
job, right?
happens.
That's your job now. There's nothing else you can do for the rest of your life. Like that's your job.
Mm.
Just out of situation.
I've got all the
yeah.
benefits.
You reckon?
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
go
couldn't
killing.
kill
Could you do it
animals
like?
for a living.
Would you do it a bit more like professionally,
I
or
couldn't do
I
it.
wouldn't. The fucking about thing like that. There's a difference between fucking about in any other line of work and fucking about when you're playing when you're having the power of taking something.
Yeah, but if you kill like
it takes
90
psychopathic.
cows a day and you work 280 days
you
a year,
become numb to it emotionally, but you still know it's a right and wrong thing. Fucking about with something, it takes a lack of empathy to
That's the problem.
to piss about and wind something.
So,
up when
so
you
you're
know-
saying
when
that
you
there's
know
no
you're
one
going
in
to
this
kill it.
country that could do that professionally.
So-
You're saying that no one could.
No, people do.
You look down on everyone that does it. Or
No,
what?
no. I mean,
You just
specific-
physically you couldn't
no,
do it yourself.
No, I mean specific. I think if you had to,
You're saying
and
they're
I think I
special
could-
sort of psychopaths.
no,
No,
the
not
fucking
the
about-
people that just put bullets in their heads.
No.
They're just doing a job.
Yeah, so I'm saying like you can only do that now for the rest
I
of your
wouldn't
life.
do it.
There's no. Yeah, but I'm saying to you,
I'd
it's
go.
either that or
I would go
nothing.
vegetarian and go
No.
because it'd freak me out. Like shooting a pigeon. Like I've shot pigeons before. So my dad does pest control. I've been out with him when pigeons get in things, and they're like pests, aren't they? They're flying
They
pests.
call them flying rats, don't they?
Yeah, and like I didn't mind doing that, and I wouldn't mind.
I look at them sometimes and think, you've had a bad roll.
Yeah,
of the
but then
dice, mate.
I think when you live a bit towards the countryside,
Yeah.
like where our mum and dad's live, it's just on the edge of the countryside, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those pigeons are all right. You look at them and they're like, brr, brr, and they just look fine. It's them scabby ones in towns that fucking get the bad rap.
Them
There's going to be an
ones.
uprising of pigeons in towns and cities. Do you remember when we were
There's
a kid?
gonna be an
No.
uprising.
When we were a
pigeons.
kid, when we were smaller, we used to run at them
And they'd
and they'd
fly.
fly away. You made it fun.
Yeah.
I've done it in the last 2 years just for bants,
And they don't move. They just walk slightly
they
out your
walk
way.
back at you. They walk back at you. You stamp towards them now and try and scare them like that.
They're not
Back
scared.
with the wings out like. I'm a pigeon, dickhead. They're getting brave, mate. Soon it's going to be like that film Birds.
That was a scary film when you were a kid. That
They're all
was,
going
wasn't
to
it?
be lined up on the top of the roofs and then.
But no, back to your point. I think you have to be a special type of psycho to, if you got stuck in that kind of job, to then go to fucking with the animals.
Yeah, but you think there's people that can do it and still maintain the professional side?
I think there's some things that they do that Peter will highlight, and people like that'll make out like it's insane cruelty, and it'll be like slapping them on the arse to get them to move. And the reality of it is, if a 2-ton animal doesn't want to move,
you've got to manage them. Yeah,
you've got to do something. I'm not saying it's right to be lining them up and killing them anyway. I think
because they'd be zapping them with cattle prod. Like cattle prod. That's what it is.
I think there's better ways to manage food.
But
than the way
we've got to a point where there's so many mouths to feed, and people have just been like.
But I don't know why the people don't need all that, do they?
But I don't know why the government's just turned around and been like, we can't publicise in the news everything. Do you know what I mean, the processes and how this happens? There's laws around reporting on it. There's laws around certain parts of it.
I'd love to see the numbers of how much just meat, we actually waste.
Oh, yeah, I bet
staggering.
Yeah. Well, we suppose what percentage of a cow gets eaten? That's.
I don't think we need to kill as many animals as we do. That's the thing. I think there has to be some form of factory farming, but I don't think it has to be all for profit. Shove them all in pens, get the most output every day. I think people could do a lot better in life if they maybe ate a little bit less, like just in general.
God, we've become vegetarians.
No, but I don't think you need to eat. I don't think you need to.
Resisted. Steak.
No, it's fine if you like steak. I've got no problem with people liking steak. I don't give a fuck. Because I love steak. That's the thing. As much as them cows playing around,
they're back on ducks.
I do love fucking steak. It's weird, but like.
Yeah, it's an internal conflict, isn't there? I'm just trying to find a percentage, like a straight percentage.
Up to 230,000 animals a year.
Yeah, that's that don't get properly stunned before bolted.
So what I think is we could probably do better. That's the thing I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think we could probably do better where we have big giant farms with them roaming free.
That's a crazy stat, isn't it? Carnivores devour more than 7,000 animals in their lifetime, including 11 cows, 2,400 chickens, and 30 sheep.
I've done that many chickens already.
Well, you've done parts of the chicken, haven't you?
I think I could swallow a chicken whole.
How many shrimp?
As long as it was southern fried in that special recipe.
Jesus, food is just so hard.
I don't know why they can't just think of them, have them on giant big like plots of land and just hunt them.
Because
it costs too much.
Yeah,
it costs way too much. What, hunt chickens? Is that what you meant?
No, don't just mean chickens.
How fun would that be?
Shoot with an air rifle. I mean,
I would go chicken hunting.
I would bust in like.
I'm on about cows and big things.
Arnie and
you just got us on like fucking little pedal scooters, like chasing chickens down, and Aaron on the back with like a
slingshot.
Yeah, a bow and arrow or something.
No, I'd straight spray. Arnie and Commando. That's what I do.
Just chickens everywhere.
Yeah, and then every time you're eating them, you'd just be like spitting out little pellets. Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Not little pellets, 50 cal.
There's no chicken left.
It's already cooked.
Chicken with a big hole in it.
It's already cooked when the 50 cal bullets hit it. 2,400
chickens, average like meat-eating human. That's crazy.
I just said that, and my vegetarian missus listens to this. You're gonna do what? It was a joke. It's for entertainment.
It's just bad.
If you tweeted it, fucking what's his name though? The guy who shoots pigs out of helicopters.
Oh,
Ted Nugent.
A lot of people do that. Now,
Ted Nugent. If you tweeted at him, he'd probably set you up a chicken massacre if you wanted one as
Purge style. With a mask on.
You were 50 cal.
With a mask on coming out of a white van like
that. It's a fucking internal conflict I think we have every so often, and then we're like numb to it for a while,
think it's
and then
the
it
ease
rears
of it.
its head again.
I think the problem is the ease of it.
I'm the Mancunian psycho.
How easy is it to just, like pull up at Mackey's, just have like a couple of double cheese?
Yeah,
and it's just
the problem is it's so easy to get meat, and it's so hard to do anything else. Like, it's not like you can just nip out and get You know, if you want to go pescatarian, if you really thought enough's enough, I like animals too much.
Fillet of fish.
But yeah, but nobody likes them.
Well, say ages. You'll have to wait.
That nobody.
Anytime
Can you pull it to grill
Grill
one bay,
3.
please?
Can you pull into bay 4? We'll be there in 3 hours.
Has anyone ever seen a fillet of fish come out quick?
I've seen a woman on a night out, the one in Macon Way. We were coming back from a night out. Stopped there, and some woman kicked up a fucking storm.
Just no fillets
because he
of fish.
said, "Can I have a fillet? Can I have a fillet of fish, please?" And he's like, "I'm sorry."
Is she Sean Conor?
Yes, you won my sweepstakes. I'd like my fillet of fish shaken, not stirred. But she was fucking moaning. And
it wasn't ready.
She wanted to fill it, and it's going to be about a 15-minute wait, and she was fucking kicking off. It was like one of those internet videos.
Would you want raw fish then? God.
The thing is, though, who has a fillet of fish ready at 3 a.m?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean? How many
if
people come
I'd
in
be
at
more
3 a.m.?
questioning if it's here right now. Do you know what I mean? It'd be,
what kind of
what's it been
weirdo
doing?
are you?
It's been sitting round, fucking sweating
At
in
3
that
a.m.
little
the
tray.
last thing you want is a piece of fish in.
I know.
Fried.
I question the kind of people that order that shit.
Fish finger butty. That's like,
if you made fish finger
That's
butties,
different,
though,
'cause
that
a fillet of fish from McDonald's tastes like shit.
doesn't taste like fish.
And a fish finger butter is legitness.
it's not legit, this though.
In a big,
It's bullshit.
Thick white
Do not
bread.
believe Captain Birdseye.
No,
She's
not
a
them
liar.
ones.
With
You get
some Tommy K.
Have you ever had the Tesco Finest ones? They're about fucking like 6-inch squares.
No
Sorry,
such
I'm
thing
not
as
rich
Tesco's
as fuck.
No, we ain't talking Marks and Spencers.
I'm telling
There's
you,
no
those,
such thing. There's no such thing as Tesco's Finest. It's Sainsbury's Taste the Difference. It's all bull. They just
No.
put it in expensive
I'm
packaging.
telling you, those fish fingers are nice, man. I'm telling you right now.
They make them with sea bass.
I'm not.
Yeah, they're better than them fucking ones, smart price ones that are all fucking frozen together, and you got
You have to like
you got to
crack
them.
I stabbed myself in the hand once trying to crack 2 burgers like that. You know, bird's eye burgers. Had a knife trying to go through them.
Full caveman.
And they're dead thin. They're dead thin.
And when by the
Oh.
time you fry them, they just come out like that, like this thin.
Yeah, and think
Just-
what sort of life that cow's had.
Yeah, to make that shit.
It's probably not even a cow. More than likely not.
But
a
we're
cow.
so detached, aren't we? It's crazy.
But
But
why we should go out
can't-
hiking and stroke cows more and
we
get these
can't
weird thoughts in your head.
stroke cow. What the?
No.
Oh, he's scared of the outdoors.
Wildlife, mate.
That doesn't help.
Fuck.
Yeah, Aaron put the kibosh on the fucking
Camping trip.
I'll do it as long as there's no animals involved.
There's no animals. There's no grass.
If I see an animal, I'm a bust.
What he basically wants to do is drive to somewhere in Scotland and sit in a pub
yeah.
and then go back to his hotel room. That's what he's after.
Yeah.
Take a picture of a mountain and go, we climbed that, but we didn't take any photos at the top.
Park the pussymobile outside of a pub and let's just stay there for 3 days.
That's the problem as we're having right now, is getting you camping.
I'll do it. But
Could we get you up a mountain?
No. I might look like a hobbit.
No.
I might look
See
like
how
a hobbit.
sad he
but-
said no? They was like,
No.
Oh, I get altitude sickness going up the fucking stairs. I'm 4'6".
How are we convincing the world to be vegetarians now?
We're
I
not.
can't
I'm
believe
not.
it.
No.
I'm not. Don't be a vegetarian.
We're just like
Just eat
vocalizing
fish.
our own
Just eat fish.
problem. You seriously think that now?
I'd seriously think I might have a go at it. Don't think I could do it forever, man. But what I'd like to be able to do is just reduce my involvement in being horrible to animals.
Yeah.
So my
Smack
eat
my
more.
stomach.
But then they say that about eating veg. You know, like how many like little small rodents and shit get killed.
Yeah, give a fuck.
Starve to death.
What do you mean give a
You're the
fuck?
opposite.
The same thing.
Look
They're
at this,
cute as
at
fuck.
some point,
You're not
mate,
even Alvin and the
At
Chipmunks.
some point, mate, we can't eat anything if you just keep making these bullshit arguments.
Yeah, but you can't.
Not
You
bullshit
know, you
argument.
got to
You
call a
can't-
spade a spade. Like when there's
Right, a combine
Horror happening
combine harvester knocking over a few field mice
Rabbits.
doesn't affect you the same way as some big fucking
little
cow
rabbit.
that
Little
wanted to
birds,
play
yeah.
with you.
Cute little rabbits.
Fuck rabbits.
What's up, Doc?
It's like rabbits. It's not them. It's just big animals that like to think.
no, you can't draw.
Rabbits think.
So your lines just moved slightly. Is that what you're trying to say?
What I'm saying is, I'd like to eat more fish and less meat, and only eat meat for like if I'm
starving to death.
no, if I'm going like a restaurant and I really want a steak, I'll have a steak, but I'm going to try and eat more
Just
fish.
try and reduce it.
Yeah, just try and reduce it.
Oh, I want a steak.
Feel like you're not involved as much there.
Hmm.
Only participate in the horrible slaughtering of a cow once in a while, as opposed to every day.
It's still happening though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but I mean, if more people did it, then it'd happen less.
You
Surely.
think the amount of steak you're not going to eat now is going to add to the waste?
Why? They're not just... They haven't got them ready for me.
No.
Batch eats 7 steaks a week. Let's just...
No one's just going to think off the top of their head, wait, they're going to listen to this podcast and go, I've got to eat twice as many steaks now because Batch isn't doing it.
You got to be
anymore.
keeping it up.
Just keep it up with the steaks.
Listeners, help. You need to spread Batch's red meat that he's now not going to eat. You need to spread it amongst yourselves.
we need to match this quota.
I want a steak a week of all of you. To make up for how much steak.
What can we do? What can
Nothing.
we do?
Nothing. You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
So we zip.
Fuck the cows. Fuck the pigs. I like the taste.
Right, well, there you go. There's your answer.
The king has spoken.
Talking about that, what do you reckon's next for Conor? I mean,
I don't know what's
you've
next.
watched the UFC, haven't you?
Yeah. I
Tony,
UFC
innit?
216, was it?
Yeah.
No,
Tony.
I don't know if he's going to vacate and fight Diaz. Or just fight Diaz because, fuck it, it's the
He
UFC.
fights in that division, fighting for the title. No one gives a fuck anymore.
No one does care.
No one gives a shit.
The thing is, the title isn't really the title.
No, GSP.
Conor's the title. Conor's the prize. From
I don't know
140
why.
from 140 to 170, Conor's the prize.
Yeah,
all-
you got to fight Conor.
All
yeah.
the people aren't looking for titles now. They're looking to get that fight with Conor.
No one wants to fight Tyron Woodley anymore.
No,
They'd rather go to a
Tyron.
They'd rather go to a salsa class.
Connor's the prize.
I'm sure Jorge Masvidal would like to fight Woodley.
Yeah, but Jorge Masvidal's never going to talk himself into a fight with Conor.
No.
So people, like anyone with a bit
Fuck
of personality at
Fuck
all,
that
is anyone with some personality at all at the moment in them 3 divisions.
Is he going to fight Tony? Is he going to fight Tony,
Yes,
though?
he'll
Why?
fight Tony.
Why, though?
Why? 'Cause then-
how does he benefit from it?
Because then he could say he's still the real champ. There's no other real
what, when
champ.
Tony beats him?
No, he's
Tony won't beat him.
When Tony.
What do you mean
What do
Tony
you mean
won't
Tony will
beat him?
Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go.
Is this starting all over
No, it's
again?
not starting. It's realistic.
No, it's with him.
Let's have it.
It's
It
not
doesn't
just with him.
matter.
I'm
Let's
with him.
fucking have it.
The more that
Right,
the more that I've
Kevin
done
Lee
it-
was beating him up in the first round.
Kevin Lee. Yeah, go on.
Right, Kevin Lee was beating him up in the
Interim
first round.
He had he had a good game plan. He's
Yeah.
taking him down. Conor can't do that
Right, no, but he was beating him up on the feet. He was landing more shots in the first round.
because I feel like
He
it's
rushed in
because
at one
Tony
point.
has to get loose.
Get going.
Yeah.
Right, and now we could all say Tony doesn't get knocked out. Tony doesn't do this. Tony
He's got
doesn't
a
do
chin
that.
on him.
He's got a great
fair
chin. He has
chin
got
on
a
him.
great chin. But I think in the moments where Kevin caught him with a 1-2 at one point. I rewatched him today.
Put him down on it.
Yeah.
Was
And
that one or
he
a
staggered
different-
him,
right.
and then he chased after him and he hit him with a jab and he fell back and then they reset.
Yeah.
Conor wouldn't have chased him with his chin up, swinging bombs. Conor would have swarmed him there. Conor can land every shot that Kevin Lee landed. And the thing is, right, I don't care about what happened with the Mayweather fight. And Nate Diaz has got that exceptional chin. Like, it's sort of unheard of to have a chin that.
that could be compromised at 155.
But it's never been. He's never been sparkled, has he?
No.
Dead.
No.
And I know Tony hasn't. But I think Nate's chin's something like one of a kind.
I think he's got will, but I think Tony's got will as well.
Tony has, but I honestly think.
I seriously think Tony could beat him.
No, I'm not saying he couldn't beat him. I think Tony's a very good fighter, and I think Tony would give him a very good fight.
I
But
think it's his worst option, unless like he was going to fight Ngannou or something.
I think when in the opportunities that presented themselves to Kevin Lee in the first couple of rounds,
Yeah.
I think Conor would have finished him in someone else. Especially that one where he staggered him back towards the cage. If he hadn't, and what was going on with Kev Lee seemed to be that he had that staph infection. He was trying to get it done early.
He loves cake.
I think he was tired.
Yeah,
They genuinely.
but I
would-
don't think he'd have got that tired if he hadn't been fucking around with that infection.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
'Cause
feel bad
he's
for
never
him.
got
But
tired like that
The thing
before.
is, like he said, he's fought 3 times since.
Tony's last four.
Yeah, which they said on the broadcast. I think he's been putting work in, hasn't he? He's been trying to build a brand. I don't think it hurts him losing.
No, because
I
it
just
was a
feel
good
it sets
fight.
him back a little bit. But
Yeah,
he's
he's 24.
still up and coming, isn't
He's
he?
24 or
20,
25, whatever he is.
I don't know whether he'll get the chance to fight Conor because I don't know what chain of events will keep Conor in the UFC.
I think I don't know, but I think
If Conor beats Ferguson, like,
if
Does he stay or
let's
does
say
he go?
Let's say Kevin Lee comes back from this, goes on an absolute tear again, smashes 3 or 4 people. Let's say Conor fights.
yeah, but where's Conor after
Right,
that
so
time?
let's say Conor fights Tony, then Conor fights Nate, and then he doesn't stay in the UFC. But Kevin Lee's got a good enough mouth that if
why would Nate get the next logical shot at this?
Because it needs to happen. It doesn't matter. It's no logic. It needs to happen.
Money.
It just has to happen. You have to have the trilogy. So let's say Conor does those 2 fights, retires or whatever, fucks off to fight poorly, pisses around, does what he wants, makes a movie. If Kevin Lee builds up a big enough brand, which he could do at his age, with his mouth, with his skill set,
the Motown phenom.
Yeah, Conor could come back to fight him in.
Conor's going to be like
Conor might retire.
Undertaker of the KFC. You know, when you're always waiting for the Undertaker.
Of the KFC. He's got chicken on the brain.
Oh my god! I didn't even. Oh. No, he's going to become
Aaron Gray.
He's going to be
the heavyweight champion of the KFC.
I am that, but he's going to become the Undertaker of the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Just comes back for the big
fights.
fights.
The room's going to keep going dark, and then his face is going to go up, and you're going to hear bomb. Bomb. Oh shit!
There'll be some sort of like Irish like slow tune.
Yeah, we
in
can't
the
do
background.
that.
It's not scary.
No, but no, on a serious, if Kevin Lee could build his brand with Conor not there.
Yeah.
Win 3 or 4 fights, maybe win the title.
He's saying it's plausible.
And then call Conor back out. That's the only way I see him getting a fight with Conor, because I think he's going to need 2 or 3 fights before people take him as a legit contender again.
So where are we going then at the next immediate happenings? Do you know what I mean?
Conor fights Tony.
We still got room on.
I don't think that happens.
We still got room
Dana
on.
White said it.
We still got room on 218.
Dana White said it. It'll be the same. It'll be.
Dana White said
his post-fight interview. He said Conor doesn't turn down fights or something along them lines.
It'll be Paddy's Day.
You reckon?
Paddy's Day in Boston. I'm telling you, it'll be Paddy's Day in Boston or New York, and they'll do a big fight, and it'll be Conor versus. Because I think Paddy's Day falls on a Saturday this year in America.
Oh, Jesus.
So it'll
like they've got different Saturdays to us.
Well, no, Australia have.
What?
Australia have, depending on the.
Yeah, because they're a full day ahead.
The full day ahead. So I'm just double checking. Like,
it's still the same Saturday. No, it's still
if you're born,
it's only 12 hours, so they are on the same day as us, but they get there 12 hours earlier than.
Yeah, but it's the same date and the same day of the year.
Yeah,
it's not like we call someone in Oz right now and they're.
No, if we called someone in Oz now, they're on
September,
Tuesday.
Yeah, but it's still the same date as it would have been on Tuesday for us.
Oh, that's a good point. It's all right, mate. That's don't matter.
Just saying it falls on a Saturday in America, but not a Saturday in England.
No, it's all right. I just in my head, I had them because people say they're a day ahead. I had in my head that the date was a day ahead to
I got excited. I was thinking Guinness on Saturday. I
had a phone call from my Australian mate. I already knew Marty Mess won, mate. That happened 12 hours ago. What the fuck?
No, but what's it called? No, but technically then the fight wouldn't be on Paddy's Day in Australia. That's what was going through my head.
No,
because it'd be on a Sunday morning or whatever.
Be the day after.
Anyway, so what I'm sure it's on Paddy's Days on the weekend this year. Sure it is. If they're that's what I read somewhere. Anyway, I mean that could have been bullshit. It's the 16th of February, mate.
It'd be the day after Paddy's Day for us as well, because they're 5 hours behind.
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday, 17th of March.
So if that's the case, you get Conor out in March.
So way away.
It doesn't matter. You build the hype. You do Conor Tony, right? He wins that. Then your next big end of the year card next year is Conor Nate. He rides off into the sunset. By that time, Kevin Lee's fought 5 or 6 more times, and then
you love to do these.
And then Conor comes back, and then we get the Motown Phenom versus fucking the Notorious One for the Battle of the Big Mouths. Conor, mate, and then imagine if fucking your boy Kev Lee beats him, then Conor rides off to do movies, and you've got your new superstar. So Kevin Lee could be a superstar.
Yeah.
If he'd have won this weekend, his stock would have gone fucking through the roof.
I think if he'd have won this weekend, it's the only chance Conor fights at 155 again.
Really?
I think Tony's too far. Tony could be. A lot of people in that division are far too risky for him.
That is a risky fight for him. And I know he doesn't turn down fights, and he's always except for the Mayweather thing, but obviously scratch that off. He's always, delivered on what he said he's going to do.
Everyone believes the hype because he took the Nate fight and lost and took it again.
Yeah.
So you can't think.
But I feel like Ferguson just beats him.
I think.
I think Conor wouldn't. I think Conor would take it. I don't think Dana would want that.
I think Ferguson's good. I do. I really like Ferguson as well. But I think Kevin Lee exposed some holes in his striking that I think
some holes in his ground game.
Yeah, I think
how well he wrestled and just kept top position. I was like, because I was sitting thinking, and I know he's no slouch, and I know he's he wrestled at the same state
High
in
school.
the same but the way he maintained side control, took the mount easily as well. It looked fluid. The way he was landing punches. It was a quality fight.
I think he
really
exposed. The holes he showed in his ground game that Kevin sort of exposed, Conor won't capitalise on, so it means nothing.
Yeah.
But I think the holes that he's striking, the way he hangs his chin out there.
Oh yeah.
I think the way Conor moves and comes at him from weird angles, I don't think he holding his hands down low and throwing them jabs coming upwards.
No.
Would do fucking anything except get him caught by Conor. Personally. I think Conor would piece him up on the feet and he'd resort to shooting takedowns, and Conor doesn't get taken down easily. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, but have you not seen him shooting an invert for the leg? Or
I think I know he's good. I just think Conor could piece him up.
Ready for any of that sort of funky shit?
Ferguson?
Yeah.
Every time Conor gets in the outside, he's better. He has been. I think he'd be ready for it. I mean, I didn't think he'd go 10 rounds with Mayweather. I was talking a load of shit, but the truth is, I didn't think he was going to go 10 rounds. Thought he'd get pieced up quite easily.
But after that video, I proper believed it. What if Conor lands one foot and goes stiff?
Yeah, no, that hype was getting into me. But like the truth of the matter is,
I still listen to
that go
now.
10 rounds with the greatest boxer ever.
I still believe Conor could beat him just from that video. Every time I hear it, he could have done it. He should have done it. He will do it.
But no, I think it'd be a good fight. I think Conor's the favourite.
He has to fight again. It needs to happen.
And then he should fight Nate.
Just for all of us.
Yeah, I'll be so pissed at him if he never fights again. And I'm so scared that he still won't fight
Plus,
again.
he won't not fight him now he's called him out. He called him a motherfucker.
No, but
did you see the post-fight thingy?
What if the UFC aren't willing to pay him?
See, he was like called him McNugget and all this shit. It's like, I don't know. I feel like he always said defend or vacate or something like that as well, didn't he? But I don't know.
No one has to do that anymore in the UFC.
No, there's no rules when it comes to belts.
Division,
they vacated Connor's 45 title.
Yeah, because they couldn't have him spanning two
going away for a year. He should have just been roaming around with both the titles.
And he still claims that he's the two division champ.
He kind of is.
Champ.
But no, that's what I think. But can we just spare a minute for DJ?
Is DJ the GOAT? This is it, yeah.
Well, after John Jones being the greatest fuck up of
should
all
we
time.
watch it?
Because he's clean.
That's just this fucking... This armbar's insane.
I mean, it's fucking... It's ridiculous that he's pulled it off, but there's the only argument hovering... If he comes up to 135 and does work, he's the best of all time.
There you go. It's the best submission I've ever seen. Every time I watch it, it gets better.
It's nasty as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait a second, let me just double check it's on the screen for the homies.
Yeah. When DC was good, I could maybe do this to John Anik.
Yeah, poor John. I know you're missing a jiu-jitsu class, John. It's like, what? That bit. Sorry, let's just watch it a couple of times. The transition, look how quick it is in real life, yeah.
I mean, that's the advantages of... I mean, he's a freak athlete, but being that small, he's just so...
They are like jackrabbits, like fucking...
So
Borg's ridiculously fast.
Borg was so good.
By the way, Borg's one for the when DJ retires, who's going to stop Borg?
Yeah, he's a fucking beast.
He's a fucking beast all fight. I mean, DJ says, I wanted to make him look silly, and to be fair, he did at times. But Borg just hung in there the whole time.
Yeah, every time he got back to his feet, he was, clenching down his mouthpiece.
He's 24 years old.
Going forwards. Fucking wow.
That's insane.
And his little crawl at the end. He honestly was in the moment then, wasn't he? It was crazy. He was out to finish him in that round.
Greatest. Well, he said before the fight, I'm going to do it in the 4th, didn't he?
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, that's what, that you could tell he was, like, literally...
Unfortunate tan line, that, though. He's been wearing too many T-shirts.
What?
On DJ's arm. He's got an unfortunate tan line. Wait for it when he gets up, you can really see it.
Has spotting a tan.
So you see it? See the tan line?
No, I'm missing out there.
On his arms, very evident. There you go.
Well, that's just his tattoo, mate.
That's not a tattoo.
It's not a tan line.
It looks like
We're
t-shirt.
getting
Looks
racist
like
here.
t-shirt tan.
How is it racist
Black
to
guy's
say he's
tan.
got a tan line?
I'm joking.
Black people still tan. You're the racist one. Do you think he comes up to 135 now?
He needs to fight. Like,
he
if
has
Dillashaw loses, I reckon he pursues that fight because that fight would sell. I think.
I think he should pursue the title.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did work at 135 before they opened up that division. He's beat some.
There's a
beat
bit
some
of
good
a
guys.
there's a bit of a a line of succession there though. Where does he fit into that really?
I don't know, but if you think the size.
So we got
thing-
217. Is it?
I think soon. Well, no, he's done.
Yeah,
he's done
217 is
5 rounds, hasn't he? So.
Fucking hell. Is Dillashaw versus our boy?
Our boy Garbrandt.
Yeah, Cody. Yeah, name slipped me then. And then you got Rivera's fighting Cruz at 218.
Yeah.
So I don't know where he falls into all of that.
Don't know. Winner of Rivera or Cruz maybe. I think now that the thing is because Cruz is the last one to beat him, wasn't he? And he had a lot of problems against him.
Yeah.
I think with Cruz,
Would Cruz
now,
really fight
I think
beat Rivera, and then be like, oh yeah, I'll fight DJ. He's gonna want the title shot. I think
Yeah, he
DJ could just walk up and say, I want to fight that title champion.
he's the best of
Yeah,
all
but he's
time.
not the biggest
really,
pull though, is he?
Doesn't
He's
matter.
not the
he's not the biggest pull.
No,
But
Dana's not gonna sit there and go, that'll make money.
It would
Cruz
it
will
would
make
do
money
if
more.
they talk about it.
Dillashaw and Cruz will make money more, I'd say.
Dillashaw, I'd say definitely.
Well, that's already set in it.
because he's
But
a
then
violent personality. Isn't he?
whoever wins, I don't know. You got
Cody
to see who wins.
TJ would be a sick fight.
What do you mean?
Cody DJ.
DJ,
Alright.
yeah. I think
Sorry.
DJ in any of them's a good fight. It's just promoting it.
Yeah, it's just who does he get? I don't know.
I think you let him start. How old is he now? 30, 31?
30.
He's got
Yeah.
he's got a number of years left in him if he wants to carry on.
Or
I think he could make a
or
serious
does he
run
just
at it.
stay there and go, fuck the lot of you, you come and fight
No,
me at my
I
weight
think
class,
he
I'm the
wants-
greatest
he'd
of all
want to have a
time.
couple of fights that are going to make him a decent amount of money that aren't going to happen at flyweight and then call it a day.
I know, but he could potentially go another 8 years never losing at the way he fights.
Yeah.
He's but what
That's like a
did you
steady
see
salary.
the fucking did you see the stats?
Yeah.
At one point he was 118 to 13 shots landed. Significant strikes landed.
Crazy.
He's fucking...
Just takes no damage.
Technically, he's just far superior to everyone on that fucking roster.
105 more significant strikes.
Some of it, I was watching it on repeat because I didn't watch it that night because I got fucking in an absolute state. But I was like, yeah, I'll stay up. And some of the rounds I had to just, maybe because I was hungover, I had to rewatch them because I was just like little parts of them because I was just sitting there thinking, fuck me, like what's just happened?
Mate, it was when tell you what was nice to see. There was a big fucking DJ chant going on,
Yeah.
which is nice. He's finally getting
Well,
some
I feel
respect
like
from
because
people.
he's so open and you know this about like people you follow in general. If people are genuine people, and he's got a genuine fan base as well with his Twitch and all that.
Yeah.
That he inspires people to get behind him. But
Wife's
it's
a
in a
smoke
slow
show
way.
as well.
He inspires the
Yeah.
small guy as well. That's why he speaks to me. You think he's 5'3" and he could kick the arse of 90% of the people on the planet, and he's a hobbit. 5'3".
I'd go higher than 90%.
I don't know.
I'd go higher than 90.
10% of the people on this planet are like
He's a
6'5"
hobbit.
plus.
Doesn't matter.
He's
Does
a
it come
hobbit.
to a real fight?
You couldn't send him into the Congo or into fucking what is it where Mane's from?
Ghana.
Senegal. You couldn't send him into Senegal against those fucking street fighters who fight in stadiums there and think, yeah, maybe there's a good chance he could die.
No, he would demolish, I'd say 98% of the population
98.
of the planet.
He inspires the small
that
guy.
other 2% are fighters.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
And the other 2% are like people that are bigger than him and fighters.
but he smashed guys that are bigger. Who's the biggest guy he's fought? Was like 5'9". What was his name? Miguel something.
Torres.
Yeah, Miguel Torres, and he's like 5'9".
He would,
Smashed
mate.
him to bits.
He'd like you don't compare him to UFC fighters bigger than him. If you just compare him to someone like
Me.
what am I? I've got what 110 pounds on him, and I've got what a fucking like a 1.5 reach advantage, and he'd kick the shit out of me.
Does it count if he knocked you clean out and then you landed on him
and just pinned him like wrestling
and
style.
and he can't get out? Does that mean you won or he won?
Well, I think the guy that's knocked out so he loses.
But what if he woke up by the time he hit the floor?
I think DJ would get from underneath him.
I don't know.
Stop taking the piss. Batshit that.
I'm not taking it, but no, but DJ is that small.
But what I'm saying is, mate, he'd murk people my size. Doesn't matter if they're my size.
I don't know, mate.
Fucking hell, he's having a scrap, is he?
Scrappy, I'm ready. Game, bro.
Like Scrappy do over here.
Someone get some water. He's out of breath now.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, he's had loads of Monster and coffee.
How much of a hard time did Tyrone give me? He says you've got suspiciously shit cardio. He gave me. They were all talking about living at different altitudes, blah blah blah, and he tried to sort of defend me, saying, "Well, is it because he lives?"
Yeah, because we were trained in Kids Grove at Bedlam BJJ.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Bedlam.
Yeah.
And
It's up a hill.
yeah, we were
Slightly.
saying, in crew were a bit lower than you, so
Yeah.
when we come here, it's hard on us.
Tyrone referred to them as the Kenyans of the Cheshire Staffordshire area. And then Josh turns around to half defend me and say, "Is that why his cardio is so shit? Because he lives in Chester and it's dead flat?" I go, "No, it's because he lives next to a fucking McDonald's." I was like, I can't defend myself. I've just thrown up. I can't defend myself at all. To be fair, I had a twitchy arsehole that night, but it didn't matter. I felt so. I didn't feel, you know what, Josh, right, I never got to tell him about this. I listened to the podcast in Florida about, or it might have been when I got back, about when you were speaking about accountability and how, because I know already prior to that episode that you think like that, and then that just hit it home a little bit more. And I'm driving back, having been ill off the back of the flight, thinking, I feel like shit, I can't not turn up. I think, especially after listening to that podcast, like, I can't not turn up, and I was fucking dying in the car. And then I turned up, really not up for it, and then got up for it when I started rolling, and then rolled with him.
With me?
I was just so much less up for it by that point.
Why?
Because I felt, I was feeling, but once I'd rolled with a couple of people, I felt alright. And then I got to him and was still feeling pretty good. I think got you one trip that he pretty much let me get, and then just mauled me.
Have you been striking?
Fucked me. I've not done one bit.
This is worrying.
You're having an MMA fight.
No.
You're not going to a jiu-jitsu comp.
This isn't my fault. It's the way it's been set up, so they've not started.
Do you know what is your fault?
You could do striking at home.
Do you know what is your fault?
Just shadow box in front of the mirror.
Mum, come here.
There's a fucking Muay Thai team in Crewe that you could go and pay for a monthly membership for.
I did Tough Mudder with them.
Right, so
why established relationship?
So why the fuck are you not there? Why? I said to Ches the other day before we did a podcast that you should go and get privates. The money you're on, just go get privates off people.
Or just turn around to me and say, "Josh, do you want to hold pads in the garden or something?" Or
attack me.
No, I'll just hold pads for you.
No, you're doing it wrong. Watch.
I know nothing, but
you really need to do something.
The striking is intimidating to me because I've not done anything since I got my yellow belt in Taekwondo.
So what are you gonna do when it comes to the fight?
The striking, I've done very.
Have you thrown any
bits.
ground and pound as well, or have you literally just gone straight jiu-jitsu?
Just do jitsu hits.
It's not.
No, I'm not shitting on you, by the way. I'm just asking questions.
I've not been doing any straight jiu-jitsu.
We're putting a game plan together now, and it's like 5 weeks out.
I've been doing jits with Josh when I can get there, and then.
Please, will you just go pay to go to a Muay Thai camp for 2 nights a week?
Right, we're starting a GoFundMe on the
a GoFundMe.
Just ask Daddy. Daddy, will you pay for my GoFundMe?
Daddy, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I want him here tomorrow. He turns up with a fucking Coors Light. It is time to train.
Thirst. These must be ice cold.
Ice cold, refreshing Budweiser. Everything's turning into Sean Connery today.
Please do some striking, as for fuck's sake.
And I like how you like.
I like
obviously
your face how it is.
You didn't push, but obviously all the boys are getting behind you on that chat, saying like, "Yeah, we'll get a table and that." But we're all thinking just big night out on the beers and watch AAAron fight, and then, but like this Sunday, is the whole thing. And then I'm just sitting around, just like I messaged in there. I said, I think we should more be, taking him for a run or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, giving him a bit more.
I completely forgot to text you. I really we went for a run last week, and I can't run and talk because I've got suspiciously shit cardio. But the way he was talking to me, I could beat anyone. The way he was talking to me on that run, I was sprinting up hills, dying, and then when we were active recovery on the way back down, which is shit by the way. Active recovery on the way back down, he's telling me, "Oh, you've got to be doing this, you've got to be doing that." I'm thinking, Josh, I can do this.
But this is what you need.
Has anyone got a push bike? I'll let you jog.
This is like, what's that
Rocky.
No, all right. It was on about the one with Sean Pegg, is it, or whatever his name is?
Run Fat Boy Run.
Yeah, when he's got the Indian guy on the thingy with the whip.
Yeah.
I just want.
You could be that Indian guy.
I'll push back next to you and let you run. You need to do some serious road work.
I need to strike. I was talking. I need
I
need to completely ditch the weights as well.
Are you still lifting weights?
Why are you doing
lifting weights?
Why
are we having an intervention on the podcast live for Az's fight?
Oh, but I don't want to lose anything off my lat spread.
No one gives a shit about your lat spread when you get punched in the face.
It's just how much you want to commit to it, isn't it?
It's hard. I've been lifting weights for so long as well.
Me personally, I couldn't fight. Like I could never do anything like that because it mess with my head daily.
I don't. Yeah, that's where I don't. I have an almost.
You're not worried about getting beaten?
It's not no, I don't get like that. I don't. I can accept. I will try my heart. I used to be so much different when I was trying to do certain sports to a decent level, but now because I just do it for aesthetics and for being in a decent enough shape where I don't feel shit about myself.
Yeah.
Like rolling with you guys. I didn't start rolling at a beginner level, did I? I started with you, and just constantly trying to defend myself, getting taps constantly because I've been humbled so much by that. Losing doesn't bother me really. If I went in there, it'd probably be different if like 20 of you guys turned up and I got absolutely sparkled in front of there. And if I'd have turned up to that training session and every guy was a really high level athlete, I'd have got itchy feet. But they can't just like, some of them are really good athletes, but those guys are a lot bigger than me and I will not be put against them. There's a guy that like 6'5" and he's in crazy shape, fucking great, big Polish lad.
Yeah.
But they're not the guys I'm going to be put against because obviously they're far, far heavier than me. So I've not turned up and it's dead intimidating. Like none of them have ever grappled before.
Just personally, I'd want to put in 100%.
Can you please just do some striking? That's all I want to see from you.
Yeah.
I just don't want you to get punched in the face.
And I've never had work as an excuse because I've always been able to get off at any time I want. But at the moment, work has not helped at all.
Well, see, there's your.
And I've still got to the sessions, even though.
I feel like you should take a month off, take a sabbatical, and you should just eat, sleep, drink. MMA for a month.
Yeah.
And like get up at 6 a.m, run, go back bed.
This is 0 calories.
Get up, go to a midday Muay Thai class. Do you know what I mean? Go roll at night. This is what life should be
back
now.
Bed.
Back bed. Sleeping at 6 in the afternoon. Waking up at 11, training again.
This is what you should be doing from now until then.
You might get a first for it, and then all of a sudden, Aaron's like running through the ranks of FCC and shit.
Fighting the other Aaron off Geordie Shore.
Oh my god! Did you see him call out?
How fake did that look, by the way?
It was a good shot, though.
Did you see him call out?
I don't know if it was.
Didn't he
was
fight
reaching,
someone that was
but
like,
it was a good shot.
Yeah, he knocked him out.
I watched the last episode as well.
He posted on his Twitter.
He wants CM Punk.
Him versus CM Punk in Newcastle.
Bellator, yeah.
I could beat fucking CM Punk.
Good Lord, Aaron, you haven't even struck.
Neither's he.
Neither's he. I watched him throw a punch against Mickey Gall.
He's getting trained with Duke Rufus and all that.
CM Punk.
He's not listening.
You do realise he's BJJ coach. He's a blue belt or a purple belt under Henna Gracie.
Fuck you.
I don't know if that's legit.
He's under Henna Gracie.
They billed him as 220 pounds in the UFC as heavyweight champion. He's not.
In WWE?
Yeah.
Well, no, he fought 185, so he could have been near 220.
Yeah, and he was flabby. Now he might be getting better. Do you know what I mean?
And
right. I'm exaggerating. I do that.
Henna and AAAron are his fucking BJJ coaches.
I can't remember where I was going to go. Yeah, sorry.
He'd probably strangle you with one arm behind his back on the floor.
That's a bit heavy. Probably could, though. Never mind. But I was watching the last episode, and obviously the Boston Crab, as I know it and Bats knows it, the Walls of Jericho.
The Walls of Jericho happened.
You know what? You didn't. It didn't. It looked so fake.
It did, didn't it?
You only got the brief Twitter clip up.
Mate.
Did you see him prior to the submission, or he just lay there on his front?
That's what we showed. That's what
I
was trying to
point
out. But he had an opinion. He had an opinion that it wasn't. He
caught him in it.
He had an opinion that them shots. He had an opinion that them shots. He rattled him a little bit. He didn't know where he was or what he was going for.
He didn't know where this guy was. He was defending the punches, and then you see when he grabs his leg on the right to then lock up on the left and put his thumbs up. I know it sounds ridiculous. The guy sort of squirmed and looked backwards. You know, like if you're behind your missus and you try and thumb it in her arse and she don't want it, and she's like, fucking what? He did that.
But he already had his leg.
But he already had him. He already had him. He's already in his ass.
Would a single leg Boston crab work?
He just seemed to pick his legs up so fucking easily, both legs.
I know.
And when he got one, you'd think, don't let him get the other.
I know. But
that's what I said. You'd have rolled. You'd just put on your belly or anything. Like.
Next time, if we ever roll again, that is my soul. And if we ever roll again, that is my soul.
With my suspiciously, because we're gonna roll again soon, so
that's my soul.
With my suspiciously shit cardio, if you can get me in a Boston crab, I'll give you £100.
We'll do that on air.
Yeah, do it on air.
What?
I'm gonna have to do like 10 minutes overtime now after work.
10 minutes.
Just go get a fucking striking coach.
Oh, there, pay the man.
But yeah,
Daddy, I've made a bet. I can't pay again.
Fuck.
No, this won't be the last time.
Writing checks that my ass can't catch again.
Yes, I am your child.
Fucking hell, ass. No, seriously, do some striking. Please.
We don't want to be upset when we see. We just want to.
I don't want to see you get punched in the face when you don't know how to stop it.
What are you going to say now if I box his face off?
If you box his face off, I'm going to say you actually listened and did some striking.
No, but what if I didn't and I've been secretly training this whole time?
Yeah, you're like an absolute killer.
It's a smoke screen. And he's lulling you into a false sense of security and everything.
Yeah, he came jogging with me and he was actually just pretending that he was really out of breath.
Yeah. He threw up for a laugh.
I'm so used to throwing up from being pissed, it wouldn't bother me.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
on that note, we're out. Have a good weekend, folks, or whatever it is next.
Start of the week. Get motivated, guys. You're a kill this week.
Monday, International Chest Day. I mean, don't lift weights. Run.
Yeah, this has been the
Monday
Educators
Run
Podcast. Run Day Monday. I'll be running his mouth out CM Punk. CM Punk's coming to catch you, mate.
I'm going to do Shawn Michaels on his ass, sweet chin music.
Chess does not know what that is.
No, and I don't want to.
It's a super kick, mate. That's the Shawn Michaels pose, mate.
I know about the Ric Flair woo. That's about it.
Woo!
Not on the mic again. That was bad.
Bad audio. Right. Follow us on everything. Review us. Do everything we normally tell you to do. Follow Pete Bell. Follow Extreme Bean Coffee. That's it.
Follow Monster Energy.
And stay humble.
Follow Monster Energy. Peace.